guys, I'm Precious.
And I'm Seja, and this is In Between.
So,
I can't lie, this is a fake smile, right? Episode 2 started off so strong, guys.
no, starting off so strong.
I mean,
starting off with such an awkward note, guys. Like, such an awkward note.
Awkward, defeated, everything in the between. For
Literally.
real. Just for some like context, we've tried to record this one video for the past week, guys. I've been here.
I'm not even joking.
Since Monday. It's Sunday. For the past week, we've been trying to record this one video.
This specific, not even one, this specific video.
Exactly. Because we recorded another one.
Went well.
Perfectly.
Every time we hit the record button on this, something goes wrong. Literally.
So we've seen that. I mean, we haven't given up.
We
haven't given up, clearly, because we're trying again. But we also want to be transparent and we want to be real because we've seen that when we're not, clearly things don't go our way. So with that being said, the topic of today, it goes
really hand in hand
with what has been going on. So this is going to be real moment, real life,
literally,
real time. We're going to be working through it together. But anywho, the topic of today is silent struggles with your walk with God.
Exactly. Yeah. Guys,
I think we just need to breathe there, but okay.
We need to actually breathe.
So yeah, in episode 1 we spoke about how to start your journey and how that would look like and steps we took, you know, to start our journey with God.
Yeah.
And now I think it's important. Clearly, God has been telling us this past week that it's really important to address the struggles because I think a lot of the times as Christians, it's just like portrayed as glitz and glamours and like, oh my God, you're going to be in such a peaceful state, like forever, you know? Obviously, that's the end goal, the heaven, obviously. But right now on earth, we're still human and our flesh is weak.
Extremely.
Clearly, you know what I mean? Our flesh is weak and there are some things we're going to be struggling with. And a lot of the times, we like to struggle in silence and we like to not get advice or just talk about
be
it.
Real
you know what
things.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think, yeah, it's important for us to just speak about it and
be transparent, be honest with you guys. Because when we first started this video, I feel like I don't even know what to say because I can't even recall when we started this video. Basically Wednesday, today is Sunday. We did one take, but we were tired. There was a lot going on. Our heads weren't in it, our hearts weren't in it.
Yeah.
And then we did a second take, I think, yesterday. And we did 2 second takes, basically. The first one, we tried, but there was so much going on. It was after the match yesterday, so there was a lot of noise around here.
Imagine.
Our friends kept coming in and out. Like, we kept losing our train of thought. Like, we'd
A lot
start
of
something.
distractions.
It was just too much going on, and we forgot even what the plot was. Like, what we were even talking about. And then we said, scratch out, let's start again. And when we started it, guys, a good almost an hour, 40 minutes talking. At least
it was somewhat good. Like it was better than what we've had been recording. And tell me why we're saying, okay, bye guys, thank you for watching. Da, 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 da. I go check, it wasn't recording.
The camera is black
the whole time.
Like shut off. So today, present day, we decided to record again. We're full of energy. It was such a great session.
Like,
guys, the things we were saying, honestly, even me and Session were like,
I don't even want to think about it because it was so
good. It's breaking our hearts down, but it's fine. Maybe the Lord.
I know that this one has to be better.
I know.
There's nothing. It has to be better.
God willingly.
But
all that to say is that we've been tested today, yesterday, the whole week, guys. I think in the first episode we explained a bit of our week, how things have just not been working out. This is like even an extension.
I think
Surely.
it's like every single day something happens. I literally had to call my mom.
I
That's
know.
how bad it was. You know when you have to call
But
your mom. I called my mom and I'm like, I'm ranting to her and I'm like, no, like what is going on? Like why? And then basically she told us this is even more of a reason for you guys to like
film
pose
this. Yeah.
and actually talk about what has been going on behind the scenes. But
So,
anywho,
yeah, I feel
that
like
being said, have you gone through, apart from what we're going through right now, have you gone through,
yeah.
have you gone through like struggles or are going through struggles that you weren't really able to speak about or just, you know, how did you navigate it? Yeah.
Okay. Aside from what I'm going through right now, guys, I'm so sorry, but genuinely, I'm so shocked. Like, I think that's what's. If I'm acting very like uninterested or unbothered or something, just know it's not because of that. I'm just so like, I feel so disturbed. I feel so defeated right now. I actually have nothing to say, but
No, it's
God
okay.
is gonna work through me. God is gonna speak through me. So,
Amen.
with that being said, yes, I have gone through other struggles. Yeah, other selling struggles. I was telling you about how like I've been feeling recently, like, a silent struggle I've been trying to overcome or navigate this past 2 years or something, has been speaking up and speaking, like at least telling people what God has put in my heart to tell them. Sometimes God
Like
uses you as a
revelations?
messenger sometimes to deliver very uncomfortable messages that you personally don't want to deliver, but He's gonna make you deliver them because maybe you're the right person or like maybe you can help someone. So I feel like lately, for some time now, He's always putting things on my heart where it weighs so much. Like I can't sleep if I don't tell this person what I feel or like what I don't know what's going on, right? So I find that sometimes really uncomfortable because I never know how to approach the situation because I'm always scared of like pushing people away or making them feel like, oh my God, she's too much of like a Jesus freak. Like everything
Has to always
has to be
relate to Jesus.
relate around Jesus. So I hate doing that because it makes me feel like, oh my God, bro, it's enough. Like I've heard it time and time again. But yeah, for the past 2 years I've been trying to navigate how to speak about it openly and freely and accept like, okay, if God has sent me to do something, I'm not gonna turn around and say no. Because even if it's uncomfortable for me, maybe it's what the other person needs to hear, and it might be something that helps them, in the long run. So I've been trying to navigate that for some time. I feel like it's always awkward to put yourself as a messenger in general. Now, in a spiritual sense as well, it's more so like, okay, bro, like you can't
like
say
what are you even meant to say,
literally, like.
And so what do you just like
I just do it, bro. Like I actually just sit down. I first let them know this is not coming from like out of my own like I've been feeling weird about you or like I don't know, it's just a bit like I just tell them straight up. It's been on my heart so much. I think this is a message that has to be said, and I feel like God is letting me to tell you that da 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 da, right? And one thing I have realized is that all the times that I fear this feeling of like, oh my God, I'm scared they're gonna push me away or think this about me and this and that. It's never that. Like, if anything, it always makes like the people I tell like our friendships in a way stronger. Because I mean, I would hope vice versa. Like, if God put a message on, let's say your heart about me, that you would tell me, right? Because I mean, it helps me at the end of the day as well. So I've really learned that the people you care about and the people you love, it's always good to be honest and transparent, even if it's a hard truth. If it's meant to be said, it has to be said. So yeah, that's something I've been silently struggling with for a couple of like years now. But
I think another way you can also think of it, it's like, okay, for example, me, my mom always used to relate every single thing I did back to God. Obviously, at the time, it was like, I'm not trying to hear that in this moment. Like, this is the last thing, like, oh, not this again. You know what I mean? In that moment, that's how I felt. You know what I mean? But when I tell you every single thing that she has told me, till this day I remember, even though in that moment I could not care less, but it still sits with you. So I think it's important to know that whatever you might say to a person, whatever it might be, like even if they don't agree with it now, it will forever stick with them. And especially if it's coming from the Lord and it's coming from a good place, I'm telling you, it's going to do something in their lives.
100%.
You know what I mean?
That's
I mean, it is harder when the person isn't really
follower.
Exactly. Isn't really
Lord.
quite there yet. You know what I mean? So it might be scary because you like, do I want to, if I say the wrong thing, they might just run away forever, or they might think like they might have a biased opinion and just feel like, okay, all Christians are like this, you know? I can never confide in them, you know? And I think that's the last thing I would want to happen, especially if you guys are close, you know?
I know.
Even people after watching this, it's like, please don't like shut us off or like, you know, like come to us. Like, I promise you, it's not coming from a place of judgment, you know? Most of the times, exactly. And most of the times, we're relating it back to also the word, you know? A lot of everything that is related to the word is right, you know? Because I feel like a lot of people that are still in the world, I think they're a bit entitled to their opinion, but it's like, if it's not related to the word, let's be honest, it's not the truth. You know what I mean?
Very true.
And I think that's also a tough topic and a struggle as Christians, you know, that we have, like, that is hard for us to speak on because it's like, I don't know, it seems, I sound right now so entitled. Like, I sound so like I'm right. You know what I mean? Like, well, you know what I mean? Your opinion doesn't matter. But it's like, I think as you grow with God, these things will come naturally. Like it'll start to make sense, you know?
Very true.
You can't just listen to us if you're really beginning and listen to us and be like, okay, it makes sense. Da, da, da. It will take time. Just like it took time for me to understand my mom. Now I feel like, okay, I get where you're coming from. 100%.
Very true. Yeah. Aside from that, I feel like, of course, there's other things, of course, like doubt, guilt, shame. But in a way, they're not really that silent because I feel like it's a common thing. Exactly. Like everyone goes through it, you know. But everyone's journey is different. Everyone's struggles are different. But that's what I've been struggling with recently. So yeah. What about you, Sasha? Have you been struggling with anything silently in the past, present?
Yeah, like even what you said with doubt. I think I've had a lot of doubt with my journey, especially after getting baptized, because I feel like most of the time, well, okay, in my experience, I didn't have someone to tell me really. I mean, I read the Bible before getting baptized and like what baptism means, you know, the different types of, you know, baptism and things that might happen after, stuff like that, you know. Obviously my mom told me about it, stuff like that, or just things I already knew and saw from other people. But it's like, I don't know, I think it's something where people expect that it happens, okay, and then that's it, you know. I feel like I would have liked for it to be like someone constantly coming back to me and telling me, okay, this is what's gonna happen. It doesn't have to happen like how another person, you know what I mean? Because me personally, I feel like I was comparing myself to other people that had gotten baptized and suddenly they can speak in tongues, suddenly they can intercede, suddenly they're quoting the Bible, and I'm like, so why
have
for me is it going backwards? My Bible has not been open. I don't understand how people just suddenly speak in tongues. I don't know how to intercede. So I constantly kept on comparing myself. And then not too long ago with No Filter, we had this exercise where you had to write down I love it because I'm just thinking about how many times I've said this. But anywho. But it's important. Anywho. So we had this exercise where we had to write down all like negative thoughts, right? And then find a Bible verse that counteracts with the negative thought. And then the verse I found for what I was going through was Galatians 5:25. And it says, since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit. So I think this taught me that it's not a status, it's a walk, you know? Everyone's journey is going to be different, no matter what point they're in, you know?
Yeah.
My time will come, you know, I just have to be patient. And maybe God is actually trying to teach me something in this
100%.
time, in this period, you
The
know?
waiting
Something I
season.
haven't learned that they might have learned, you know? So yeah, and another thing I think that's important for us to remember is that delay does not mean disconnect, you know? So he might be delaying me for a reason. I need to, there's something I haven't learned, you know?
Yeah.
You know? So I'm still learning, you know? I might fall, but I will come back up stronger and the Lord will guide me. And
Actually,
yeah.
there's a verse for that, like what you meant. I mean, what you said about like not like you falling back, but God is still there. It's in Proverbs 24:16. It says, "Though though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again." Basically emphasizing the falling isn't final and God is more interested in the return than the stumble. So regardless of how many times you fall back, even after you've been baptized, I feel like maybe it was a bit of a hard reality for you because it's like, okay, man, I'm baptized now. Like, what do you mean?
Like, hello,
I'm falling back.
dog.
I know, like, I should be actually like
exactly
ministering by now, you know? So I feel like it was a bit of a hard reality for you to come to terms with.
Yeah.
But the truth is that sometimes it's not about even like the destination. Like you said, it's about the journey you take, right? So God is, he wants to see the progress you make through that. Of course, no one's journey is the same. Otherwise, if it was, there'll be a handbook written, you know? So I think God always cares about like how you walk through it with him versus like how you get there, you know? So that makes sense. That makes sense. But another struggle I feel like we can talk about that we both struggle with is two things. But am I saying these two things is because we've been speaking about it recently, and I was
it
like,
has been coming out recently,
and we're like, the first one being gossiping.
Let's be real, guys. I don't even think this is something as Christians. This is something as like, humanity. Like all of us, we struggle with gossiping, and it's actually crazy. It's sickening, even.
It's actually, it actually is.
Because what do you mean? This drives us. Like when a person is calling me or texting me, "Oh, I have tea for you, my friend."
I think I'm already tapping that FaceTime button like this.
You know what I mean? Like, no matter where
answer,
I am, I in class. You have tea for me, I will make time for you to tell me what's going on. You know what I mean?
100%.
So before we decided to record. Yeah. I knew there was what's it called? There was a verse for gossiping in the Bible. Yeah. And I think it really clocked us because bro, the Bible sometimes is so harsh. Like it's
so humbling.
I know.
Especially Proverbs.
Proverbs?
Oh my god. Like there's not one time I don't read it where I'm like,
they're like, should come back.
Right. Like really? Okay. But the amount of times you're called a fool.
I know.
It's not even funny. It's like, okay, God, like I get it.
Okay, you know? But it's in Proverbs 11, verse 12, and it says, whoever derides their neighbor has no sense, but the one who has understanding holds their tongue. I think what you can get from this is just that you have no business just, you know, taking things out of proportion. Because when we're saying this tea, okay, you can state what happened, but why do we always have to go another
and draw conclusions,
you know?
even think of underlying things. Like sometimes I think we just do this to ourselves. Like who told us to investigate this deep into things? You know, I think we do more research on tea than we do for research for school. Like seriously.
But like think about it, like even when you see like your aunties gossiping, it's like, you know that meme of like a small kid and he's like crossing his leg like this and he's sitting amongst like the older people. And then it says like me as a kid trying to listen to the gossip of, you know, the parents. But I'm telling you, I think it's like I'm bringing this up because it's something that is so normalized that we have seen it as like growing up.
Kids,
like really. It's something so normalized, but it's something so detrimental because
it sticks with you. It literally sticks with you till you're I don't know how old.
That's what I'm saying.
It's so
But I think it's something, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's something we're struggling with because I don't know, in the moment when it's happening, you're not even convicted. It's like,
no, you're just
let me hear what you have to say.
Even sometimes, even if you're convicted, you're kind of like, I promise God I'll repent afterwards, but please
Yeah.
hear what's going on.
Yeah, I know.
And I was even asking you like earlier on, like, what's the difference between spreading awareness versus gossiping, right?
Double.
Because the way I was looking at it was like, okay, there's a difference, surely, right? Like, sometimes you just want to let your friend know, like, but I heard this, so be careful, right? But when they ask, okay, what did you hear for me to be careful of? And I'm like, oh, da, 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 da. Like, is that me gossiping or is it just me spreading awareness?
And then I answered. Okay, let's give like a real life example because maybe that will put things into context. Like, for example, if Precious, someone is talking to Precious, and that someone is talking about me.
Yeah.
And now Precious is hearing this, and she's like, let me.
So this is not enough.
And Precious is my friend, you know. Yeah. So she's like, okay, let me go and tell Sisha what I just heard, you know, like for awareness. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna answer this, but don't quote me on this because I don't know. But I feel like because it's about me, you know, I don't feel like it's gossip. It's gossiping, and the fact that you also were convicted to like. I have to tell her, you know?
Yeah, because I didn't, if like you said, in that situation, I don't think immediately I'll be like, let's go tell her.
Yeah,
like, I think it will take time. But it also depends on the person's character. But knowing the type of person I am, it will kind of eat me up.
Yeah.
I won't go to bed.
Until you have said something.
Not even say something, but it's like, am I in the right as a friend to not tell you or to tell you?
So and then like, she said that, right? And that's what I'm answering. And then after she's like, okay, but then like, the other because they're talking about me, yeah, but there's also another party involved. Yeah. So now the fact that party that is not either of us is being talked about in this moment, don't you think she's asking me this? Like she's saying, don't you think that now that's gossiping because another party is involved and they're not here to
hear me say it
or to like defend their name or whatever. That's where we stopped.
Yeah, because we're kind of like,
I don't know, bro. I don't know. At this point, it's like, just keep your mouth shut. Like, you know what I mean?
If you guys have the answer to that, let us know. But
and also, I think it's like how you even say, flee from lust, you know, because you cannot
overcome
run from it. Yeah, you cannot, you know, exactly. But like, I think it's the same thing with most of the sins. Just flee from it because at this point, you have told me, you have spread your awareness, but is it going to end there? No, we're going to be tempted to add more sauce to try to find, you know what I mean? Yeah. And at the end of the day, you're hurting yourself and you're hurting other people without even really realizing it.
So, very true. Very
true. That's also something people don't really talk about, you know?
Or maybe it is, but maybe it is talked about.
But I feel like it's overlooked.
We don't acknowledge it in a deeper sense, in like a more spiritual.
And it doesn't seem as serious as like, you know,
other sins in a way, you know. And
it seems in the Bible, something that's so really
minuscule. Yeah,
exactly.
And in the Bible, it does mention the wait, let me find it. I think it mentions basically how gossiping is considered poisonous to the soul and to your character and everything. Because at the end of the day, even if maybe to you it doesn't feel like it's that big of a deal, you don't realize how you maybe even like I don't know, shading someone or like making someone else look bad, you know, or tainting their character based off of your words, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like when it comes to gossiping, we're all learning how to actually shut up. Like that's number one. We're learning how to understand this is not my space. This is not the time or the place either. Let me just remove myself out of the situation. But we are human. Sometimes we don't even realize we're gossiping. Sometimes we can just be talking about like what we see on the news.
Yeah.
But us over investigating leads us into gossiping, you know. So if you're aware of it and you feel conviction, sometimes it's good to take yourself out of the situation. If you feel like you're having a conversation with a group of people that are constantly gossiping or bringing up other people and can't last like an hour or two without talking about someone,
then you know, like
you know better. You can remove yourself out of that situation, you know.
And I think it's even worse for you not to say anything. Like you're even worse than the person that is gossiping.
Who's spreading
you know
it. Exactly. I mean? Either acknowledge it, tell them, hey, we don't need to do this.
Yeah.
Or, hey,
Exit.
move.
You know? But if you want to learn more, because we're still learning too, but read Proverbs, like at least from Proverbs 12 and onwards, there's a lot of yeah.
There's a lot of things that have made us go. Right. Since we see a verse yesterday when we were reading and we're kind of like
about gossiping.
I think so. I remember I literally highlighted it. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I have it down here. Okay, I found it. Are you ready? Okay, so boom. I found the verse. It's basically Proverbs 24:11-12. It says, rescue those who are unjustly sentenced to die. Save them as they stagger to their death. Don't excuse yourself by saying, look, we didn't know. For God understands all hearts and he sees you. He who guides your soul knows you knew. He will repay all people as their actions deserve. So you sitting there and watching someone like, I don't know, like gossip or do wrong, or just
or
something
even anything, not even
anything,
stealing,
just any act that's not right.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like you knew better, and God knew you knew. That's just as bad as just sitting there and even committing the crime with them. You know, it's just as bad as that. So it's
the verse said like you can't say I did not know of this.
Yeah, it says don't excuse yourself by saying, look, we didn't know. For God understands all hearts and he sees you. He who guards your soul knew that you knew. So it's like, come on.
So you have no excuse. After this, if you have watched this and still...
nah, just... No, but like... But, you know what we're trying to say. I feel like this also falls hand in hand with what I was saying about like not being able to tell people around me like what God has put on my heart to tell them.
Yeah.
It's the same. Like I knew that I should have done this and should have told them, but I was just holding back because of what I was afraid of. But what good am I as a friend? And it's always saying that in the Bible. Like God is always telling us.
There's even that TikTok we saw there, the other one of that girl, and she said, it's because of you that this person will know of Jesus.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, do you see the one I'm saying?
Yeah, the one with the girl in the red background. No, but she was like something related to like you not telling them, let them to hell or whatever. But us, we're not saying it like that. Us, we're trying to say.
But I'm saying that like even in another setting, for example, it's not even your friend, but this person, I don't know, there's in a specific moment, you're able to talk about God. Please just use that moment. There's so many times I've regretted not talking about God in a situation or in a conversation. And it's just like, it was such a perfect opportunity.
I know. And
it's like, and I felt that like, that nudge that like, okay, just tell them.
Yeah.
Oh, my face is like this.
Like, well,
I'm just like, no, can't be me.
I know, but that also, you know what I mean? That also, I feel like we also have to realize it stems from a deeper place. It might stem from the fact that we are sometimes ashamed to talk about God and to be loud and proud about it. Because the same way, you remember you're saying how like I think you're listening to gospel, other music in the shower. Okay, explain it.
So I was in the shower, right? And obviously I was listening to my music, gospel music and stuff like that. And I came out the shower and my friend was like, what is this, Deja? Like, you only listen to gospel music now? I mean, not in that way, but I think they were just like curious, like, oh, like, do you only listen to gospel music now? And I'm just like, I don't know why, but in that moment I was just like no, like when I go to the gym, I can't listen, like I can't really listen to gospel. Like I'd be listening on the piano, like you know what I mean? Like more motivational, you know what I mean? And like after that, when I sat back, I'm like, why didn't I just say the truth? Like, and this friend is like, it's like, it was okay for me to say, like
you would have felt judged.
And it's like, it was like instant.
Yeah.
And it was so bad.
It just ate you up,
you know?
right?
But yeah, just even talking about the secular or like cardinal music, like, have you felt that conviction of stopping?
Yeah.
Stopping completely?
Yeah. Because like, listen, okay, not stop it completely. But basically, during the period of Lent, before I started, I was thinking to myself, like, what can I do to help me draw closer to God, to hear him better, you know? And I just kept, like when you ask yourself these questions, all of a sudden, it's like as if our phones hear us, right? Because I swear I said it, I think on a call with my mom or something. I don't really recall. But I was like, what can I do to get closer to God? Like, God, give me a sign, basically. Boom. I opened TikTok the next few minutes. Every other video was like secular music, fast, cutting off secular music, trying not to listen to anyone. I was like, is this a sign? Right? And I think then you told me how did you go through a secular music class as well? Was it you or another friend?
I think it's someone else.
Someone else. Yeah. I don't remember, but another friend randomly, guys, I kid you not, they just told me about their secular music fast, and I was like, right. God asked for a sign. The sign has come.
You've given me.
So I was like, maybe I should try it out. And this was approaching to Lent, so I was like, you know what, this is perfect timing. I'm even fasting, noon, let's fast for everything, right? Yeah. So I started my secular music fast. The first day, I won't lie, it was kind of hard.
Yeah.
But as time kept going on, it got easier, and I was like, this is really not as hard as it is. You know, to the point I was almost like so. It was a routine. That's number one. But number two, it felt so like refreshing. Like every time I would listen to non secular music, I was kind of like,
you feel weird.
I felt odd, and not even just that. My ears were so sensitive now. Like I could listen to songs I've been listening to for the past how many years that I even can sing word for word. But now I was listening to the meanings, the lyrics, yeah. And I was like, what do you actually mean by that? What do you mean that you're holding hands with the devil? Like, no, that's not happening. Like, not around here. That's for sure.
And it's crazy how like it's like such a shift because we were so sometimes I even look at my TikTok drafts and I'm like, what in the world am I lip singing to?
I know.
You know, I even had to do it because like now I'm thinking like, no, for sure I proclaim this, like I proclaim this into the world.
You're speaking things over yourself and you don't even realize it.
Exactly. Oh my God. But we're not saying this like we stop completely, you know.
That's a lie. Just today morning, I think we listened to something today.
I think it was last night we were listening to
it was Beyonce and Jay-Z. Okay, even us who told us. Okay, but it was a good song, and we were like, I think we were lip singing it, like we're just singing it, right? And we're like, oh, let's play it.
Yeah.
So we played it, and
there was a lyric. I don't know. I think Beyonce was like, I will only give my life to you.
I don't care who gave me life. Yeah. As long as I give my life to you or something like that. And
she's speaking to Jay-Z basically.
Yeah.
And
we just go,
hold on, wait a minute.
What do you mean?
Hold on, wait a minute.
You don't care who gave you life as long as you give life to him. I think Sis and I actually just looked at each other like, right.
But no, like, that's just an example of how you have to be careful with what you listen to, you know? We're not condemning you and telling you to stop completely. Yeah. But like, I mean, there's a difference between secular and carnal. Secular, it's like music that doesn't necessarily glorify God, but carnal, it's literally glorifying the devil and just like promoting lust, promoting violence, you know, depression, all those things, you know what I mean? And carnal music, definitely out of the question. Okay, for me at least. No, I mean, I've been, you know, whatever. But secular music, I think, secular music is like...
It's not exactly harmful, but it's also not glorifying God. So therefore, it's also kind of like...
You don't know. It's in the between.
It's really in between. Like,
really but I mean, yeah, I think what I've realized is that, I mean, Christian music is making, you know, a comeback.
Like, comeback, for sure.
People think it's very much, you know,
choir music,
choir, like, you know what I mean? But there's so many different genres. You know, nowadays, and it's like, I promise you, you can completely what's it called? You can completely change your whole playlist, but now in a way that can glorify God, you know? Just the other day I discovered like French French Christian rap. And it literally sounds like the French rappers you guys be listening to, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like...
When you change your perspective.
But they say when you change your perspective, that's when miracles happen.
You change your perspective. Can't remember, but what's
his name again? What's his name? The guy who says that. What's his name, bro? Oh, we'll put it...
Dr. Umar.
No, what's his name? Oh, dang it. I'm too much in the words. I can't remember the things. Anywho, yeah, that's because this is something we've been struggling with. Please be serious. Anywho, yeah.
So, aside from that, another silent struggle I feel like we don't maybe address as much is imposter syndrome.
Ooh.
And a lot of you guys brought it up when we asked you guys to let us know what you want us to talk about.
Okay, well, not in that exact word, but like in different imposter syndrome came up multiple times.
I swear, like
Really?
3 times. Yeah, that's already one too many times.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was brought up, and I think at the moment we're like viewing it in a non-biblical way. But then when imposter syndrome is when you feel like everything you've accomplished is not worth anything or is attributed to like luck or it can be possibly you or you're not worthy, but when we put it in a biblical way, it's more like you have done these good deeds for God, you have served in the church for God, you have done all these things, but still for some reason you feel like
a fraud.
Like you feel like you haven't done enough or you've done these things, but still you find yourself going out, you're in the club, and then other people now are like
looking at you like,
yeah, you know what I mean?
She was not really like
but
this.
First of all, we're not perfect. You know what I mean? You will fall sometimes. But anyway. So yeah, what did you want to say about
imposter syndrome?
Yeah.
I was saying how like I feel like even a perfect example of this is like the way we were talking about it, right? We thought
No, yeah, us.
Oh, sorry. It's literally us. Because at first when we were doing our research about it, we were kind of like, okay, imposter syndrome. We get the gist of it, but we were kind of like, okay, have you ever felt it? And we're like, I'm not so sure.
At that moment, right?
At that moment, we were like, not so sure. Let me tell you guys, all that has happened to us
this week
has made us realize struggles we didn't even know we could struggle with.
Yeah.
Like that.
Even the first time we failed, like recording, like the first time it went wrong, and didn't go our way, literally, I was preparing the speech of like how we're going to say, sorry, we can't go through with this, you know what I mean?
But it's like, she's actually so unreal.
No, I was so defeated because, I don't know, I was really not expecting that. I was really expecting it to be so smooth. Tell me why it's Friday. I was supposed to leave on, it's Sunday. I was supposed to leave on Friday. You know what I mean? So, that being said, we were having so much doubt and second guessing, like, okay, are we actually meant to do this?
I know, we really got stronger soldiers.
Did we just come up with it ourselves and thought like, yes, God told us to do this? You know what I mean?
Just thinking, okay.
Yeah, like,
we're not
why
the ones.
us even? You know, we're not even so much further than some of you guys in our faith walk. And it's like, what do we have that other people don't have? You know what I mean?
It just wasn't aligning. We were just second guessing everything.
Even our vocabulary is not. That's like is being used so many times. You know what I mean? So like, it's why
why us?
Why literally? So we're just second guessing till now. Till before this video, I was still doubting and even. But when I tell you we have prepared, so it's not like we're doubting and it's like. We haven't done the work.
Yeah,
we haven't put in the effort. We haven't prayed for this, you know? We have done all of these things, but still...
Things weren't going our way. Yes. So we're like, clearly there's something being said. Either we're not competent, like we are not fit for this role, or like, I don't know, like...
Or the content is too good that the devil has said, I will do anything to come between you and the Lord.
Guys, I kid you not, me and Sasha were even talking about like, during the billion times I've been trying to record, and surely the devil has come. Even there was a point in time we were recording and we check our mics are even off. How? Who switched off the mics? So we were thinking, no, surely the devil is coming, clicking this button, going behind the camera.
Wait, let me even pause right now and check the camera because I saw you. This is not real.
Yeah. With that being said, we were just saying, God, like surely. And everyone who have kind of like basically asked for advice or confided in has basically told us no. The devil is working hard, but you guys have to work harder because God is clearly trying to get this message out, right? And that's what the devil wants us to do.
Make you feel like you're not...
You can't do this.
Exactly. And just I feel like a lot of the times when we do feel, I promise you, if I was doing this alone, best believe you would never see these videos. You know what I mean?
I know.
But the fact that we're here encouraging ourselves,
Yeah.
literally every time we're like so mad, we're reading the Bible. We're just reading the Bible. We're even mad. We're like, God said this. He said it. What? You know what I mean? I just we're mad. You know? But it's like we constantly get reminded that it is in fact God's will, you know, and it has to be said.
Literally,
whatever
people
we're
were persecuted for spreading the gospel. This is like real life persecution. If for like I don't know, like for us, instead of actually being killed, we're being killed like emotionally, internally, you know. And it's so draining, guys. You go see the difference right now how I'm acting versus when I started the videos. I think I was like, because I couldn't do it anymore.
But with that being said, I think what we have to realize that we're doing this for God, not for us, you know?
Exactly.
Even though the devil is trying to make us think like, no, this is you're super not ready for this. Promise you the world does not need to see this. You know what I mean? You have to remember that this is not for you and it's for to glorify God.
100%.
And a verse that also reminded us of this was 1 Samuel 16 verse 7. And it says, the Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance and the Lord looks at the hearts. I'm telling you, every single or most of the time, when God speaks to us or gives us instructions, he always constantly reminds us that he's looking at our hearts and our heart posture, you know? No matter how much you're serving in the church, how much money you're giving, how long you pray even, guys. God is just looking at your heart. You know, you can be praying for hours and hours using the biggest vocabulary, but in that moment you might not even have the faith for what you're praying for. You know what I mean? Your heart posture is so important to God, and yeah, I think that's just so important to just look at where your heart is. You know, even us. I promise you, a lot of times we recorded, our heart was not in it. And literally the results showed that. And clearly God said, you're not hope.
Yeah, he just says, crap that.
Matter of fact, you're not even getting a video at all. You know what I mean? Literally. So yeah, I think that's something we've been struggling with, but literally being reminded constantly as we're going. Yeah.
Another thing, I can add on to that is that God is always looking about depth over height, like that concept, you know. We were watching a video yesterday where this guy was basically preaching that God cares about what's inside, whereas the devil cares about what's on the outside. Let me read you the notes I think I put down. So I wrote, the difference between the devil and God is that the devil promises only height, whereas God promises both. So in the video, the guy was basically explaining, we're going to use the analogy of like a tree, right? A tree, the way it grows, like, first of all, when it's being dug up and everything, the roots are so they have to be dug deep, you know,
and they
have to grow deep. So in order for the tree to grow tall and bring out the most fruit and everything, you know, for it to actually prosper and grow well, it has to also be watered by water, of course. But in this sense, in water is the word, literally the word, right? So we have to be so deeply rooted in our faith and so solely lean on God that we can grow and prosper just like a tree, you know? And whereas the devil, for him, he only cares about how you look on the outside. He only cares how much money you have,
how green the plant
looks, literally. He only cares about from the outside, literally. How you come. Basically, God calls you come as you are. The devil literally just shows you this is what you are and that's it. There's nothing more to you. Like your heart, okay.
And I think that's what also sometimes when we're even praying, that's what we're praying for. We're praying for
the outside things, the external factors, but we never pray for the internal factors. Whereas God, that's how he judges and bases you off of your character, like what's inside. And that goes even hand in hand with when you're talking about your baptism and how you felt inadequate or you felt less than other Christians. It's because you felt
I was looking at all the things they've been gaining from the outside. You know,
you were looking at even how you can basically a copy and paste, how you can look as well, just like them, but you don't know what they went through to get there. They probably even took years and years of struggle and hardship, but God pushed them, walked hand in hand with them, because he knows what happened inside. Whereas not everyone can see your growth, you know. And I think that also shows even us, the way we post online or like even this channel, a lot of people are probably like, this is so random, this is so sudden.
Yeah.
But others also like, okay, we've been seeing it coming from time to time, but we know what we've gone through. You know?
Also, that's actually so good that you said that, because there's a lot of people that also see us, and they see this part of us, you know. They haven't seen like the small steps we took to get to this point, you know. It wasn't just like, because there's this my friend, she was telling me like, wow, Seja, like it's so beautiful that you've become like this. And I know, I think she was also going in her journey, and she was like, girl, it's so hard, you know, it's so hard. But it's like, I promise you, it was hard for me too, you know, because now they're just seeing this part where it's like, okay, I'm constantly, you know, posting about God, or some way, shape, or form, glorifying Him. Some way, you know, I'm doing something, listening to Christian music, all those things, you know. But it's like, they're seeing that, and obviously that's what I'm choosing to put out, you know what I mean? But I think it's important to know that deep down, there's some roots that had to be, you know, cut out. There's some roots that had to be, you know, watered down a lot. You know what I mean? So I think now the fact that we're even here to like just talk about all these struggles and all these things, it's so important to just basically need to talk about it, because people need to see what's not shown,
the roots,
you
basically.
know?
They need to see the roots.
Yeah.
And
also, when you're praying for these things, don't pray for the height, pray for the depth. You know what I mean? Pray for the patience, pray for the love, pray for the wisdom, you know?
Because that's what grows.
Yeah. Exactly.
Very true. But with that all being said, struggles are not easy to overcome. Like we said, we're still going through them literally as we're talking, present time. So it's a journey. Literally, it's a journey we all go through. But everyone's journey is different, and God knows what you're going through, and He will walk that journey with you if you allow Him to. You know, God gave us free will, but it's up to us to decide whether we choose Him or not. He's literally there always. He's never left you. Always remind yourself that He's never left you, and He's always gonna. You should always go back to Him. He's never gonna think otherwise of you. And you see that in Luke.
In Luke 15.
Luke
15.
Yeah. Sorry.
In Luke 15, they talk about the prodigal son.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard of the prodigal son, I mean, I'm gonna try to super short, but it's basically father and son, right? The son strays so far away from God, from his father, and he basically falls into like depression. He's starving at this point. He has no more money, nothing, you know, just everything is going bad. And he at some point realizes, okay, my father still is alive, you know, my father is still there. He has food for me. He has a shelter. He has clothes for me. He has all these things for me. Why don't I just like, you know, why don't I just go back to him and ask for forgiveness, you know? And that's exactly what happened. And the father, his father forgave him without even, you know, thinking twice. He didn't think about where did he come from. You know, like sometimes our parents, they're like, no, stay there.
Go back. Yeah. You wanted to do that.
You know what
stay
I mean?
There.
No, God is so different. Well, in this context, you can put God as the father, you know? And He will welcome you back
with open arms,
no matter where you're coming from, 100%. No matter what sin you have caused.
Literally.
He sees all sin as the same. So don't think that you're lesser than a person because of whatever you've gone through. You know, everyone is worthy of
love, of God's love
and forgiveness.
100%. And like as long as you choose God, I promise you, it's, again, we do not say it's easy. God never says it's easy either, but
clearly,
trust and believe.
We have seen that it's not easy.
But trust and believe that you shall come out of this. That's for sure, and that's for certain. But
hopefully it's not too long. Hopefully we have said everything. Hopefully I go back and see that it's been recorded. Because actually,
it's the longest week, I kid you not. But you know what? This is a story we're gonna look back on one time and be like, I was telling my mom, I swear to you,
if no one has been convicted after watching this video, if no one has felt anything after watching
no one gives back their life to Christ.
Yeah, like, I will actually be, I don't know, I don't know what I will do actually.
No. Guys.
But no, he has a plan, and I'm
does.
trusting. That's what I'm putting all my trust in. That's all I have to do right now because
this is God's plan for sure.
I'm drained. But
It's okay.
yeah. Anywho, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys. The next episode is coming soon. I know you guys be pressuring us for these episodes, but
you might see that it's in the same position, same clothing, same everything. But
bear with us. We don't have much time. We don't have much.
I mean, we still want this to be. We're still sticking to it.
Yeah. We're not gonna give up at all.
Anywho, yes. Don't forget to continue. What's it called? Continue to follow our Instagram because we're gonna try to be posting on there more
active.
Yeah, just relatable content and Thank you guys for watching.
Have a great. Today's Sunday for us, so have a great Sunday and
be blessed.
Bye.